Right? They keep saying we have a housing shortage, but every time we drive around, I believe we're on Costner here. We're north of Madison, right? See that there? Look at that beautiful home there. There's a beautiful home there. That's a nice home, man. That's brick. That ain't nothing wrong with that. That's brick. That's closed brick. The bricks are really thin. And you can see there ain't no, and it's even got the perpetuated, what's called. You want me to show you how you know this is a nice house? I'll show you this. I used to do construction long time ago, right? I'll show you how you know this is a good house, right? I'm waiting for these cars in back of me to leave, right? Let me show you how you know this is a good house. I'll show you two things. It's got those things on the top. That means it's an old house. That means somebody made it fancy. So it's fancy house. See those three things on top? The points, they're perpetuated or something. I call it a fancy name. That was built together. You see that there? The other thing that you look at, it's closed brick, meaning the bricks are close together. They have a small mortar line, right? I'll show you bricks with bigger mortar line. You see that? That's called closed bricks. They're very close. So if the building is bad and the foundation is bad, you're going to see a lot of cracks. There's some underneath that window right there where the bay is, but that's because of bad windows. That isn't because of the bad bricks. If it's bad bricks, it cracks the bricks in the middle. So right there that you see that's bad in front of you, that ain't because of the building. That's because of up there leaking. That's probably leaking up there, right? There's a little bit of cracks on top there. That just leaking there, right? If the foundation was bad, you'd see the sound foundation was bad, you'd see the crack right there. You'd see the crack over there, right? And that used to be, they changed a lot of the stuff here because that was probably a porch there, right there. You see where the window is? You see how that one is? So they did a lot of changes over the years, and that affects the water coming into the bricks. So, but that is a good building there. Why? That's a good building because it's not cracked up. It's got good windows, big windows, and it's fancy looking. Again, they keep saying we have a housing shortage in Chicago, and we don't. We don't have a housing shortage. We just have a racist, elitist, gentrification scheme. Here, let me show you this, right? We're going to keep videotaping. Housing and land shortage. Why do they keep building houses on the north side when look at all this empty land here? Look at all this empty land. Oh, there's cops in front of us. Let's go over there. Right? See that there? I just wanted to show you something else here, right? There ain't no housing shortage. There's a lot of land. There's a lot of places. It's just a matter of where people want to live. If you listen to the shooting, the talk about the shooting on the north side by Loyola, what's the first thing you hear? The privilege in their voice. Oh, we didn't expect that here. That's not what should happen here. Even the most liberal people say that. Those are the liberal people that are anti-police. They're anti-police. And they say, oh, that shouldn't happen here. What do you mean it shouldn't happen there? What does that mean? Crime should be in certain neighborhoods? Crime should affect certain races? Listen to the stories. And then Loyola even came out with a worse statement. They said, we're going to what was their say? You gotta read Loyola's statement. It's really nasty. They said, we're going to have to figure out what happened here. Like, what? An 18-year-old that was walking on the beach was killed by a masked gunman and shot her in the head, and she's dead. That's what happened. A criminal shot a girl. That's what happened. Period. There is no what. We're going to find out what happened. You need to. This is the statement the university should have made. We're outraged that the safety of our community has been shattered, and we're going to work all of our resources to find the perpetrator or perpetrators of this crime and make sure they pay to the fullest extent of the law. That's what a government agency like Loyola should say, and they didn't say that. They said, oh, we're going to figure out what happened. There's nothing to figure out. See, there's another beautiful building. Look at that beautiful building. Look at that nice building there, huh? Is that a nice building there? Next to that gravestone there? That's nice. Again, you see the closed bricks? You can see the bricks. They're closed. That's called closed bricks. You see how close together they are? It's a beautiful building there. See that there? That's a nice building there. It's a little wrecked there on the second floor porch area there. It's a little wrecked. But it's not that bad. If it was a bad foundation, those columns would be really, really bad. They'd be all cracked up and crooked. They're not that bad. What probably happened is there's leaks in there. There was water coming in there and it wasn't properly draining it out. And that's why you got that brick messed up right there. Got that? That's a beautiful building right there, man. Beautiful building. There you go. So we have no housing shortage in Chicago. We just got a elite privilege mentality that perpetuates institutional separation and racism. And you can hear it in the Loyola shooting today, all the statements. Right. And we're going to keep going west here, right?